Okay, well, that was easy. Didn't even have to play Titan. Ashiok, Torpor Orb, no problem. Okay, we're about to do some degenerate Colossus things. Degenerate Colossus things. Welcome, YouTube. Today, I'm just doing some casual Titan gaming. I am not playing any of that analyst garbage because I don't want this league to take a billion years, and I just don't like the card. But obviously, everybody else is playing analyst, and instead, I'm choosing to play Springheart Nantuko and a bunch of Summoners packs, so I can try to make infinite Titans or infinite Dryads or something along those lines. Or I guess technically, or infinite Grazers, for whatever that's worth. And that's going to be our backdoor way to win the game if our opponent is just at an unreasonably high life total or something crazy like that. I feel like that'll be worth including. And hopefully I'll get to show you how that works. But this is actually going to be my first time playing the card Green Sun Zenith in this deck, even though it's been some time since it got unbanned. And that's because I just haven't had a lot of time. I've been very busy in med school. I have one rotation left after the one I'm currently in, and then I have to take my second big exam, and it's just been a lot. And I'm also engaged now, so lots of things going on and not a lot of time. But I have carved out a little bit of time to just play some Magic, and I don't even know what the meta's like. There's this new Ketramos card or something that I barely know anything about, and I don't know, we'll just see. I'm not even sure what's completely stock. I know that one Dryad, 4 Spelunkings, 1 Analyst is stock right now, but other than that, I don't know what's going on. My sideboard is just thrown together based off of what I could see online, and a bunch of stuff for control, because I just don't like losing to control, and I refuse not to play Endurance. So we got hand that's missing a bounce land, but it's not bad. We can get map off of one of these sagas, so we'll definitely keep it on the draw. 4 Amulet, 4 Titan, 52 or 53 other cards will just win a lot of time. Oh my goodness, so we're playing against the mirror. Okay. I mean, I guess we're still leading on Saga Amulet. Go. We'll see whose hand Goldfish is better here. Mirror Pool. No 3-drop. Okay. We're going to have double Amulet. They're going to have single Amulet, so it seems. That ain't too bad. If we go Mycosense, we can copy Amulet. Next turn, float, get map. But we will still need to be able to crack the map. So we might have to play a land out. We probably just have to draw a bounce land here. I think we probably still play the Mycosense. I don't think it really matters whether we play Mycosense or Saga. Because if we draw the bounce land, we can just search for a second Amulet here. If we don't draw the bounce land, I guess it's kind of the same. I'll just play the Mycosense, I guess. I don't know. It probably doesn't matter. I guess if we do draw the bounce land, we can copy Amulet, search for a third Amulet, and then go off with 3 Amulets in play, so that's cool. Speaking of Explorer, our opponent's playing that, and we're not dead, so that's cool. Bounce land? Okay, no. But Amulet, nothing cool we can do here that I can think of. We definitely want our map, so we can copy, so we can play land and crack map, or we could crack map and now play to get our bounce land. It doesn't really do much. So I guess we play Saga, play Amulet, crack map on instep. Don't see any other options, so we'll do that. Imagine not playing Expedition map. Could you imagine it? They're just passing. Okay, I'll take that. Let's get a Simic Growth Chamber and just have triple Amulet. Doesn't seem bad. All right. Trying to think if the sequencing matters. If we play Growth Chamber and we get Besajude, then we can still play Dryad or Spelunking immediately. Whereas if we copy Amulet and then play our bounce land, we can't do anything to follow up. So I think it's okay to just go ahead and play this without copying. Okay, and all that just goes through. We'll pick up the bounce land. We didn't get Besajude, so we're good to go ahead and copy Amulet here. Although maybe we don't want to with Cultivator, but it's okay. We'll figure it out. We go Dryad into bounce land. Want to avoid playing Spelunking here because it'll make our Hanweir not work. So meaning that it'll force the Hanweir to enter untapped, which we don't want to happen. So we won't get it, like, all the triggers. So I guess we can go Cultivator into Titan, but it doesn't really matter. Just go Titan. Go always yield. Yes. All right. Our opponent does not make us play it out. Thank you, opponent, because I'm rusty and I didn't want to have to. All right, we'll bring in these forces. Beseiju. What else? Probably nothing else. Nothing's bad, though. I guess Cultivator's not really necessary. You can trim a Zenith. Springheart is probably bad against Force and a little excessive. Run it. Sounds good to me. Maybe could trim a Grazer. Man, I feel so rusty. I feel so rusty. All right, we are on the draw again. Didn't matter in game 1. And we have a pretty good hand here. Not a bad hand, I would say. We'll definitely keep that one. They lead on Grazer. Okay, Grazer and Saga. Oh, they can make Saga constructs for value. Whatever will we do? All right, we go Mycosynth Amulet here, I do believe. Pass back to them. And I'll just yield to instep at this point, because there's no point in firing off Force on just a lone Saga. Imagine they play a Dryad or Spelunking here, and we get to force both of those. There's a Spelunking. Probably should be forcing with the trigger of Spelunking on the stack, but it's fine. If they play an Explorer or something, then I will definitely force and response. They shouldn't have been able to play an Explorer if I had played correctly, though, so... Or hold up a Besage or whatever it is that they're doing. And yeah, we probably should just go ahead and do this, I think. Get rid of one of these extra packs. Hey, Bounce Land ain't bad. So we can go Oran Reef, copy Amulet, and the next turn pact for a ramp spell into Titan. If we go Bounce, copy, leave one floating, pact for Graze, that only gets us up to 4, so we can't do that. We're going to want the Oran Reef in play, I think, so let's just go ahead and play that. I have Vestige, Floor, okay. Play a Boseiju. That's bold. That's very bold. Do I just assume they have Boseiju then? I mean, I'm still copying this, I think. They Boseiju our bounce land. That's pretty bad, though. I mean, we still have to do this, though. Let's just make them have it, I suppose. Nothing. Okay. Spelunking A. Alright, well, let's just put our bounce land in play and see what happens. They didn't Boseiju our amulet, so are we just good here? I don't know if I want to play the Spelunking to try to play around anything or not. Because if we just go Spelunking into Simic, let it enter tapped Titan without pacting, we can probably just set up, even attacking with one Titan and getting a single Boseiju is probably enough to stop our opponent. It depends on if they have an Amulet that they're just waiting on to play. They could play like Amulet Bounce Land. I mean, I guess we could just hit the Bounce Land then, but if they have like another Bounce Land, or they can pick up the old Bounce Land and then a ramp spell still gets them there. If we hit the Amulet, then they get to resolve something, but they probably can't go off. I don't really know that there's anything really to play around, so I'm just going to pack for the Grazer, I think. Or I guess it doesn't have to be Grazer. I could pack for Dryad. Well, we'll pack for Dryad, I think. Play our Simic. We have Oran Reef in play, which is a little annoying. And we actually have to pick up the bounce lane here if we want to be able to kill our opponent. We can Titan, Mirror Pool copy. We'll have... So we're going to pick this up. We have one land, bounce land, mirror pool copy, pick up a land, and sacrifice the mirror pool. We're still at one land. Titan copy gets Valakut, Hanweir, haste both. Then the attacks get us up to 5. And then we start getting Valakut triggers, but we'll have at least 2 Valakuts, if not multiple, with Vesuva. So I guess if our Dryad dies, then it's a little awkward, but I guess we don't need Oran Reef to actually kill them here. So we'll just leave the bounce land in play, and our opponent scoops it up. All right. Well, let's jump in here for the next game. I guess our opponent just had nothing. All right, here for the next one. On the draw again. Unlucky, obviously. We've got a pretty good hand. Not going to complain about this one. We will keep that. We have lots of threats to draw here. Urborg. Thoughtseize. Okay, well, Thoughtseize is pretty good against this hand. Thoughtseize is pretty good against all hands, so... Urborg, really? I guess this is like a Coffers deck? Wheel? I guess we just play the Mycosynth. Urborg and Eldrazi Temple in the same deck, huh? We're definitely playing Saga. I guess we could just start making Saga constructs instead of deploying Dryad, but I don't know how I feel about that. Bowmasters, don't care about that in the slightest. See if they have a field, maybe? Some sort of Coffers deck with Eldrazi Temple? They do have a field, okay. Grab a forest. Alright, so we'll go, I guess, forest into Dryad Valakut. We'll start getting triggers next turn, and we even have a fetch land. Ooh, fancy. Let's see if our Dryad is not long for this world. I imagine it'll be quite not alive soon. Yep, Defile. Oh, man. Defile and Urborg. Okay, that's a combo, I suppose. Oh, another Bowmasters. We are getting clocked here. A Zenith. This lets us use Dryad to kill and then block some stuff, so that's cool. Guess we go Heath first, and then we Zenith for 3, get our Dryad, and play, I guess, just Vestige, and send a trigger at this orc, and it just goes through. Pass it back. I guess we're sacrificing our Dryad. Right, Titan off the top is great. Zenith off the top is great. Another Dryad will work. We'll take that one. Still just trying to keep their board under control here, I think. Could draw, I don't know, something that matters, like a Cultivator Colossus, I suppose. Not that it really does much, but honestly should probably just be pointing these at their face, but I just don't want to keep taking damage, so... If they can't kill the Dryad, then they're going to lose to it anyways, and if they can kill the Dryad, then at least trying to take less damage in the long run will give us more time to draw something, so... Defile. Let's just keep our fetch land, I suppose. Could use it with Nantuko at some point. Hey, look at that. That one's not bad. I will cast that one. Yep. Let's grab a Primeval Titan. Let's see, can we haste with Hanweir here? If we fetch, we can leave red up, get bounce land Hanweir, play the bounce land. I guess that, or play the Hanweir. I guess that's bad against another Defile, which doesn't even kill our Titan. So, oh, we can even tap this for black with the Urborg. That's a combo. All right, here's a Titan. We'll get bounce land Hanweir. Go ahead, get Simic to set up for a Tolaria West at some point. Play that one, haste that one, and then here, I do think we just get Tolaria West. So if we get Tolaria West Simic, they could field one of our blue sources and kill our Titan, and that would put us pretty much out of the game. It's probably safest to just get double Saga, to be honest. I don't see how that particularly goes wrong. Although, honestly, Talari West Simic probably kills them faster if they have nothing, but Thoughtseize. Sure. Sure thing. All right, let's not lose the game. Yes. Let's go to combat and swing. So we can get Bounce Land, Talari West. No, wait. We can get double Bounce Land, pick up Talari West. Hold on. We don't have Talari West and play what I was saying. Yeah, so I guess we just set up for Talari West next turn. I was thinking if we could pick up both the Talari West and a Vestige. Oh, wait. We can filter with the Mycosynth for the blue. Then it's probably just Bounce Land Talari West, I would assume. Sure. Although, honestly, we may not do anything with it this turn. We can just make 2 Saga tokens, and I don't know how our opponent possibly actually wins. So I'm just going to hang tight here. And not even transmuting Talari West, because then they could Thoughtseize whatever we transmute for out of our hand. So just die the Saga Beats, please, opponent. All right. Playing against Mono Black Eldrazi Temple Urborg. Very interesting. I don't know that we really have anything against this. If they play Coffers, I guess Boseju's not bad. Probably better than an extra Forest. I don't think we have any other lands that are worse. I guess Grazer's not particularly good. Could bring in Endurance just as a clock. Honestly, I don't think it really matters. We'd probably rather trim a Grazer and have the Forest. And I guess I'd rather have 1 Endurance over one of the Grazers, because Grazer's just a dead draw. If we ever need to, we can Zenith or Pact for a Grazer, so we'll be fine. Hopefully you guys don't mind that I'm not playing Analyst in this list. It's not exactly a stock list, but I just hate the card. I never got into it in the first place, and now it's just stock, and like I just want to do Dryad, Valakut things, and I don't want to have to go through complicated, stupid-ass loops. Nobody likes loops. I definitely don't. Okay, I'm sure that there are some people that like loops, but I'm not one of them. That being said, we do have a way to get infinite Titans in our second main phase if we have Titan plus Pact for Nantuko, and if it comes up, we'll do it. All right, we have Map for Bounce Land, we have double Amulet and the Saga to search, or copy with Mycosynth, so we're definitely keeping this. If our opponent Thoughtseizes us, they can't really even poke a hole in our hand. I guess they could take Titan to get rid of a threat. They do take Amulet. I guess if they have Field for Saga, then it's like a little awkward. I'm still playing the Saga though. Spelunking acting as backup Amulet. Even we don't need double Amulet. We just have infinite Spelunkings in our hand. Urborg. Dryad Arbor. That is a card that we can draw, isn't it? I guess we're not playing that one until we absolutely have to. Play Mycosynth, I guess, in case... Oh, so we can search for Bounce Land with our map here. Float, get Amulet, copy Amulet, play Bounce Land, Spelunking, Bounce Land, Spelunking, Bounce Land, and play Titan. Do we have a Thought Knot Seer in our future? Ashiok? I really hope it's not Ashiok. Of course it's Ashiok. Okay, well, I guess we're gonna map then. In response, we're not getting an Amulet into play here with our Saga because we can't search. So I guess we can map for another Saga, play like land, Spelunking, and Saga, and try to make some constructs to clock the Ashiok. I think that's going to be the play. And we drew a blank. That's great. So we float here, can't search, play Forest, Spelunking, put in Saga, and just hope that they don't have a Field Ruin. Oh, another Saga is fantastic. All right, your go, opponents. I guess next turn is our Dryad Arbor turn. I have Coffers. Yikes. We would have already won the game by now if this Ashiok wasn't in play, by the way. For whatever that's worth. Turok. Kicked, I'm assuming. They discard our Arbor and Spelunking. That's okay. Freaking Ashiok, man. Freaking Ashiok. Bounce Land ain't a horrible pickup. Next turn we could just hardcast Titan if we really wanted to. But we will not. We will be patient. Hopefully they can't do too much damage to us with these double Coffers. I was going to say with this Coffers, but apparently it's these Coffers. Right. They're attacking. I assume that means they have something to deal with the construct token we're about to make that can attack. Make a dude. And then we'll go making another dude. Boseju is pretty good because we hit their Urborg and blank their Coffers. Why is it like this? What is it doing? Okay. So let's make a construct. Fail to search. So we can play Bounce Land and make a construct token, or we can Bounce Land and then Boseju their Urborg. They didn't play anything with the Coffers last turn. I'm assuming they have like a March that they're going to cast for like a huge amount on our construct, or like a Kozilek's command. I think I'd rather just make the construct, to be honest. So I guess if we're doing that, then we want to make our construct beforehand. Oh, we could even just pick up the Saga. That's really not crazy. I'm gonna pick up the Saga. Clock this Ashiok. It just takes the damage. Okay. I guess one hit's free. You don't have a big spell opponent. They also didn't cast anything at all. They cast actual nothing. Okay. I didn't expect that. No March, no Kozilek's command, no Fatal Push, no nothing. They minus Ashiok. And we've lost our Oran Reef. Oh no. Not our Oran Reef. Torpor Orb, okay. And they are packing the hate, but Saga Beats is the backup plan here. Azusa. Okay, that means we can Titan next turn. Well, I mean, we already could, but let's just go ahead and send everything at Ashiok, I suppose. I mean, we can't even play Titan this turn. We can attack them with one of them. I guess that's bad if they kill one of our tokens. We could swing, yeah, let's just swing like this at Ashiok. Okay, Ashiok bites the dust. We will be able to search. We'll go Saga, and now we can play Azusa. Like, honestly, maybe we just Boseiju the Urborg. I don't hate that. It's possible that they have another Urborg in their hand. We don't want to draw step it. It's possible they have another Urborg in their hand, and that's like one of their blanks or something, but I mean, I guess if that's the case, it's better hit coffers. They would have one, they can activate this for 2, right? So they would be able to pay to activate coffers for 5 mana, 6 mana if they have a land, 7, 8 for Eldrazi if we hit one of the coffers. Because if we hit Urborg and they just play another Urborg, then it was pretty useless. I don't know what other dead cards they could have in their hand that aren't just another Urborg. So I think I'd rather hit the coffers. Although we can also just wait and do nothing. So we can guaranteedly cast Titan. Although we're not going to be able to do anything because of the Torpor Orb. So I think I'm just hitting a coffers maybe. We need to set a draw step stop. Because like they have so many dead cards. Like they definitely have to have a second Urborg, right? I'm going to hit a coffers. Maybe it's stupid, but that's what I'm doing. Oh, they got a plus counter on their Turok because we discarded a card. What a shame. They can make 6 mana with the coffers. Wait, 4, 5, 6, 7. They can make 7 mana with the coffers. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 for Eldrazi. Cling. Okay. Look, they might be doing a Fatal Push. Okay. That's a little too late now. Bounce land ain't bad. If we play Titan, it doesn't even trigger though, and it denies us a Saga token. So we can play Titan, get if we play bounce land 6 for Titan, that leaves us 1 up, so we could get fetch land, bounce land. That would be 1 short of packing for Nantuko and trying to go off with the infinite Titan thing. If I'm counting correctly, 6, leave 1 up, Titan, get bounce land, fetch land. Yeah, that's 1 short. So I guess we're just making a construct. Swing out. They did not block. We'll make a construct here. They're down to 6, and I don't want to replay bounce land just to have the extra mana up, because then they'll know that we have an extra bounce land. Which they don't need to know. They don't need to know that we have any lands at all. Okay, well that was easy. Didn't even have to play Titan. Ashiok, Torpor Orb, no problem. Okay. Alright, we'll just jump back in. On the draw again. Okay, I get the message. Alright. And this is a hand. I mean, we're keeping it. The sequencing is interesting, because we can Grazer in Saga to start making Saga tokens on turn 2. We can go Saga, Amulet, and then next turn, like, Vestige, Grazer in another land and still activate. And this way we get our Amulet underneath discard, although our Amulet might get spell pierced right now. We don't really need to get Amulet under discard because our Saga is likely to stay in play. So I guess I'm inclined to just Grazer in the Saga now. If we Grazer in Saga, then we don't get our token value off of our second Saga though, because we have to use it as an untapped source. I guess I'm going Saga Amulet. I think it's Saga Amulet. It could be wrong though, because if we get Spell Pierce, then we waste our Saga value anyways. Still going Saga Amulet though, I think. This is also slightly worse against main deck Harbinger, I suppose. Spell Pierce me, I suppose. Spell Pierce me, if you will. Force a negation. Spell Snare. Okay. Interesting. Well, we can still Grazer on a land and get a token out of our Saga, and then sandbag our second Saga if we want to. Consider. Presumably looking for a second land. Graveyard Subtlety. Love to see that. Thoughtseize. Okay, well, we don't really care about this. It does. If they take Grazer, it does deny us of one of our Saga tokens, but it's fine. They take Azusa. Okay. Keith. All right, so we go Vestige, make a green Grazer, and I guess we just go ahead and put in Talaria West. We'll get to make a token with our Saga next turn and search for something, and then play second Saga and try to pressure them that way. We got at least a token out of our Saga before it dies, so that's not bad. All right, with this on the stack, we'll make a thing. Free 2/2, soon to be at least. Bowmaster, okay. Sure. If we didn't already have second Saga, I'd be getting map here, but since we have second Saga, I'm just going to go ahead and get Amulet. We'll play Saga now. All right, here we go. Just playing blue-black, it looks like. All right, and we're going to block the Bowmaster here, because if they have second Bowmaster, they can ping our Grazer and then kill it with a token. If we block the army, that is. All right, let's play another Amulet. While they can't spell pierce it, I suppose. They could counterspell if they want. And then probably want to keep our ETB tapped land in hand. Next turn, we'd have Titan mana if we had a second green, but we don't. We don't really want to activate our Heath in case we need the fetch land for Dryad or Nantuko purposes. So I guess we just play Boseiju. We'll do that. And then we'll make another token very shortly here. This time it's a 3/3. Don't need this draw step stop. They have fourth land. No attacks. I will still make the token, of course. And now we can get mapped to get another Saga online, or a bounce land. Well, might be getting a bounce land, although it just plays into counterspells or subtlety, so there's really no reason to go crazy here. We'll just make a token. We could still just get map. We can't crack map this turn, though. Like, we can't crack map for Saga and then immediately play Saga, so I guess we get to play our Heath this turn, and the next turn we can use Valakut to cast Titan. We don't have a Cavernous Holes here. It's probably still map. I don't think Third Amulet does anything. Play our Heath. And I guess we attack with a token. I don't see why not. Push. Sure. Tamio. 2 cards left. They probably have a counterspell. We could always just wait on the map and just crack at this upcoming upkeep for Saga. Like, if we draw Saga, then we can save this for a bounce land. And if we draw a bounce land, then we know we're safe to get a Saga. We can crack for bounce land and still play Titan this upcoming turn if we really want to. I guess there's no real reason to crack map immediately. Vesuva. Alright, so I guess we just get Saga and play Saga, and then next turn we can Vesuva Saga if we really want to. And I guess we still attack. They get their clue, not blocking their 0-3 with our 0-3, because our 0-3 is just so much better. I would not do the disservice to Arboreal Grazer of blocking a 0-power creature. Phooey. Now they can't hardcast Subtlety, so there is some value in hardcasting Titan. They probably just have actual factual counterspell, but the fact that they can't hardcast Subtlety means they have to use 2 cards to delay our Titan. No! Punished. Punished. At least they're down to 6. That's not nothing. That was a good Thoughtseize. Luckily we have Vesuva here. Ooh, Summoner's Pact. I mean, now they have to have actual, literal counterspell. I think I'll still be patient here, though. Let's just Vesuva our Saga. I stack the triggers like a person who doesn't know what they're doing, but that's okay. Guess we just attack. Take it. Alright, here we go. I guess we could technically pack for Nantuko and put it on a construct. That would be fun. Just bestow it on one of these. Or we could make infinite Arboreal Grazers right now, too. Not that it really does much. Psychic Frog, you have got that. You got it. Yes. This is all good. Let's make a token. Spelunking, huh? I think we're still just making tokens. They have to deal with these tokens, so they're very big tokens too. Both of these tokens are lethal right now. We can make 3, 4 Spelunking, leave 1 floating, and if we have to fetch for something to make another token with a Saga, we can. Whereas if we Spelunking into a bounce land, we can cast Titan probably and also use Saga. Okay, so we'll play the Valakut, and I guess if Spelunking gets countered, then what? Let's float the mana first. I think we can Spelunking, let it get countered, and still be able to make a Saga token. All we have to do is sack our fetch land, which is fine. Okay, Spelunking resolves. Bounce land? Oh, we found the bounce land! Let's go! Untapped? No thank you. I would like that one tapped very much. Oh, they get to trigger their Bowmaster. This does give them an extra blocker, I suppose. Yeah, that's fine. I am going to force them to have the counterspell now, I think. And we keep the bounce land in hand for sure. Cast Summoner's Pact, yes. So far, we are 4-0 in all of our matches, so we've won 2 matches. Ooh, we could go for Colossus here. I'm going for Titan, though. Titan is better, because if they counter it, we can just make a token. They do have the counterspell, as expected. So, let's just attack. They have to block both of these. They get to keep their Psychic Frog around, though. Very sad. And, let's just fetch now so they can't Shadow of Doubt us. That would lose us the game, actually. Since we have to pay for Pact. Have we even... We did Zenith for a Dryad of the Elysian Grove once. They're drawing. That is all good. They can exile 3 cards and attack with both of these to potentially be able to draw a couple more cards, but they kind of need all of their blockers, so they need, like, Dress Down right now. That's what they need. Or another... No, even... They would have to have 2 more blockers. Oh, wait, actually, if they jump the frog, we can still just block with the Grazer, so... Okay, well, this punishes this attack. Are you gonna flying your frog, or let me just eat it with a construct token? I will block it. Okay, that's fine. They were gonna have to push a construct token anyway, so that's fine. They did not jump their frog. Okay, well, I will block. That was a very useless attack. Consider. Sure. Oh, they get to flip the Tamio. That's interesting. I don't know that that does anything at all, but maybe this lets them... I don't know if they even have... Yeah, okay. I was gonna say, if they had Dress Down in their yard, that would make a lot of sense, but okay, we went to the defense against counterspells and free spells. Bog seems good, Endurance seems good, and Keen-Eyed Curator seems good to control their graveyard in case they're playing Murktides. Grazers are pretty awful. As is Dryad Arbor, actually. Summoner's Pact is pretty bleh, and Azusa's... It exists. I guess Springheart's pretty bad, too. Springheart is kind of just begging to get got by removal spells. It's not bad, though. You could even just play it as a 2-mana thing that they have to deal with. Although that's bad against Bowmaster, which they're probably siding out. They could have We actually want to bring in Dismember as well because this lets us try to deal with frogs or Tamios and also covers us against blue mages. So let's trim the Cultivator, I guess, Azusa, and could trim a Saga, but I don't think I need to do that. Maybe just bring in 2 Dismembers. That's probably fine. Double Amulet Zenith Hand. I mean, we'll keep it, I guess. It's natural Mirror Pool. Here's Mirror Pool, I do suppose. One of the few Summoners packs we still have in the deck has entered our hand. Don't love that. Opponent is wondering if we had the 2 green to pay for pack. Yes, we did. We, in fact, fetched to play around Shadow of Doubt to make sure we had the green to pay for pack. Preordain. Are they holding up Spell Pierce for Amulet of Vigor? Are they about to play an untapped mana source here? Flooded Strand. Oh boy. Honestly, I might just let an Amulet get spelled. Okay, never mind. I take it back. They're doing nothing of the sort. Here's an Amulet, and I guess a Valakut and an Amulet. And I guess we can just start slamming threats now. Tamio is about to flip, which is vaguely annoying. So if they're planning on subtletying something, then Greenson Zenith is good against that, but it'll still get got by Force or Counterspell or Spell Pierce. And we can't currently do it for more than X equals 5. I mean, if we pack right now, we just lose to Subtlety or Counterspell or whatever, so I guess we're not supposed to do that. The question is, are we supposed to be Zenithing for, like, a Dryad or something? Endurance would let us potentially block the Tamio, but once they attack, they're going to have second clue token and just be able to crack both and flip Tamio. But I guess that taps them out. And they'll probably just counter my Zenith anyways, no matter what I do. I think we are supposed to Zenith this turn. Probably just Dryad, but X equals 3 will cause them to have to counter this Greenstone Zenith no matter what happens. So we'll just jam it, and then we can decide afterwards. It just resolves, huh? Curator doesn't seem like it matters. Endurance also cuts them off of a Murktide, which isn't a horrible thing. The extra mana from the double land play from Dryad could matter if we get a second threat, like a backup threat after this Summoner's Pack, like if we draw something that matters. It's probably just Dryad. If they just kill the Dryad, though, then we don't really get much out of it. I don't know that preventing them from playing Murktide is really that important right now. Maybe it is. 4, 8. Well, we're a couple turns from being able to double threat. Otherwise, I guess it's just Dryad, and we'll play the Valakut. See what they do here. They're just going to draw with the clue now. Well, that means they can't flip Tamio, but I guess that's fine. I mean, I guess they could flip Tamio if they had a Consider or something, if they really wanted to. Any land to trigger Valakut is not bad here. A land that stays in play that isn't Gruul Turf. It would be just our luck to draw the 3rd Gruul Turf, wouldn't it? We could draw Defense Grid right now. That would be great. Push the Dryad. Why am I not shocked? It'd be interesting if they make a clue and then flip Tamio immediately, representing Subtlety. They don't. Okay. Well, I don't like that they're drawing an extra card every turn. I'm really not a fan of that one. If we just pack now, we kind of just lose to a Counterspell, though. Like, I guess we just have to play Saga and take it slow, even though it's not what we want to do. Maybe this line is, like, way too slow, though. I mean, we could still just draw a Defense Grid or another threat and be okay. A Harbinger. Okay, Dismember, please. Goodness. Okay, well, now we probably just lose. I guess we did have to jam the Titan. I think that they would have countered it, we would have lost, and nothing would have changed, but you never know. Maybe they had 5 blanks. Frog. Dismember right now, please. All right. I guess I'm just going to save us the effort here. Let's just go to the next one. It's okay. Maybe we just want the 3rd Dismember. Keen-Eyed Curator doesn't seem like it matters that much, but it's not bad. I guess Pact is pretty bad against the blue dude. Maybe Endurance is low impact enough that we only want one of them, so we can Pact or Zenith for it. I think that's okay. All right, we get to be on the play, which means if we have a Saga hand, we get to get underneath the moon dude. In this hand, I mean, it's okay. Doesn't really do much. Definitely doesn't pressure them early. Has an Amulet, though. I guess we could Zenith for Arbor as well to ramp. So we go, like, turn 1, Heath Amulet, turn 2, land, Zenith for Arbor. We'd be up to potentially 5 mana if we drew a bounce land, which is 1 short of Titan. We'd have to draw. Actually, there's nothing we can really draw. Do we need to try to be faster than this? Do we need to force them to have the turn 2 counterspell by mulling to a fast Titan? Or, like, a Subtlety? Maybe. I guess we're supposed to keep this. I just don't really like it that much. I think I am playing Amulet to get underneath Spell Pierce and Thoughtseize here, so we'll just go ahead and cash in our fetch. I don't think we even have an Antuco in the deck right now anyways. And Basic Force against the Blue Moon guy, not the worst. Also lets us Zenith for Dryad to unlock our mana if they do play the Magus. Hey, there's a Dryad. Let's play Oran Reef, I suppose. Do we want to Zenith for Arbor? think we probably do. Let's Zenith for 1 here anyways, so they don't know what it is that we're planning on getting with the Zenith. Oh, we don't have Arbor. Ah, I sided out the Dryad Arbor? I didn't know. I didn't realize that I did that. Oops. Well, that was a waste of Zenith. My bad. Well, I guess there was a potential reason to keep the Dryad Arbor in. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's totally fine. Tamio. We'll see if they counter our Dryad with 1 mana. Mirror Pool first. Gotta represent Lightning Bolt, of course. Are they gonna... They're asking if I'm 4-0. I don't actually know. I think I'm 2-0 right now, 3-0, something like that. Stern Scolding? Ah, they have Stern Scolding. Well, their Tamio is connecting. And by connecting, I mean explicitly not connecting, but making clue tokens. This is not a good matchup. Frog. Okay, now we probably just lose on the spot. We need to draw a defense grid. Well, I guess we just start slamming Titans and hope it's good enough. We need to draw a defense grid this turn and then Gruul Turf next turn. That's what would have let us win the game. Our opponent has lots of cards, so there's that. I guess maybe we just are supposed to sit here until we can find a defense grid to play. A Murktide. I guess we don't have a whole lot of time to sit here. Spelunking. Well, I'll make them use a counterspell or subtlety, I suppose. I'm sure they have one, but yeah, I would like you to show it to me, opponent. And I guess we are keeping the land in play so that we can try to work our way towards playing defense grid plus a Titan at some point. So we'll pick up Oran Reef. All right, show me the counterspell. There are paying costs. There's a counterspell. Shocker. See, they could discard. Yeah, they're not. We're at lethal next turn, obviously, so we have to win next turn. I don't know how we're gonna do that against a bunch of open mana too. I guess if we kept Gruul Turf in hand and top decked a Dryad, maybe. I wonder if this game would have been any different if I hadn't just thrown away a green Sentinel for no reason. Vexing Bauble. That's exactly what we need. All right, let's have them show us the counterspell just because we know they have it, and then scoop anyways. It doesn't even matter if this Titan resolves because we just lose. So, oh, they're cracking clue. Okay. Oh, Titan resolves. Very interesting. Oh, counter. Okay. Well, we can block the frog. I guess we're not technically dead. Oh, we can't block the frog because they exile and they pitch a bunch of stuff to it. They have 5, so that's 6, 12. Yeah, we're dead. Rip. Oh, that actually grows the Murktide region too. That's super cool. Okay. Well, I guess we're not undefeated anymore. On the draw again? Really? What is happening? Don't tell me I'm going to be on the draw for every single match. Well, I guess they could decide to put us on the play. Of course they don't. All right, we're going to keep this one and Saga for map to get our bounce land. We will definitely keep Godless Shrine. Are we playing against the Ketramos deck or one of those? Artifact or creature and exile. I guess they choose an amulet. Oh, they take Grazer. Okay, interesting. That's fine. Saga, amulet. Grazer did not seem like the correct pick, if I'm just being honest. That did not... Maybe there's something I don't know. Grief is still banned, as far as I'm understanding, so Grazer did not seem like the pick. Prismatic Ending? Well, I guess I'm still playing Amulet here. Or maybe we should hold on to the Amulets until the turn we can actually go off with it, so that they can't just get us with a second ending. Because if we play Amulet, it gets... Oh, well, now we have a bounce land, so maybe it's okay to just play the Amulet then anyways. Let's see. So we play Valcut here, obviously. Now, if we play Amulet now, the next turn we get second Amulet, play bounce land, and can just cast Titan. If we hold on to the Amulet, then we can float, get Amulet, play Amulet, bounce land up to 5 mana, and Dryad lets us get to Titan anyways. I guess that's worse against Thoughtseize, and otherwise our hand is like Thoughtseize proof. If they pending our Amulet after we play it, then we float, get second Amulet, play bounce land. That's 4. So another Grazer would get us there, another Amulet would get us there, maybe even Mycosynth Gardens. I think we're probably supposed to play Amulet here. Overlord. Okay. Cool. You got it. I got a Solitude back. So we just have to play around Solitude, which we can do by setting up a Cultivator Colossus. So we go for Amulet here. And we go Titan into double bounce land into Pack for Colossus, and we should be golden. Although I guess we play Dryad before we do all that. Well, we'll leave the Valcut untapped, I suppose. Play Dryad first. We have to remember that we've already played land this turn, or all of our lands, so if they kill our Dryad, and then we get the chance to play another one, something we can't make another land drop. We're about to do some degenerate Colossus things. Degenerate Colossus things. Always yield to that, boy. We go, make sure we have Colossus in deck. We do. I mean, we could even go Valcut bounce land, but double bounce land ensures us the most mana. I guess we could also go Simic T-West. Simic T-West, we float oh, we wouldn't make enough green. Oh, we have Dryad to produce enough green. So Simic T West, pick up Bounce Land, and then we have 8, 9, 10. We definitely have enough to get another Titan after that. So that's the way to guarantee lethal here. We can float green with our Valakut and still have triple green for Colossus. So even if they Solitude Dryad in response here, which they didn't, we'll float a green here because we can. Go green, float, pick up Bounce Land, Pact. I guess we could also do Nantuko things here if we really wanted to. We'll go... No, Nantuko would be awful into their Solitude, obviously. Here's a Colossus. And this is deterministic, because it doesn't matter what we draw from the Colossus. And we just immediately find a Titan. And another Valakut. Sure. And Hanweir. I think our opponent has very clearly lost the game. Alright, cool. Let's go over here and click some of these bounces. And we stack the Amulet. Almost done. It doesn't even matter how we stack the Hanweir because it just doesn't matter. Okay, now we go Saga. We go save targets the Valakuts at them. And we go always yes, always yes, always yield. Alright, opponent, do you have anything at all that you'd like to say about what's happening here? Solitude for the evoke cost. Okay, you got it. Sounds fine to me. Solitude number 1. See if they have Solitude number 2. Not that it matters. Let's float some mana, haste a couple things, play another Titan, do some fun things. Try to leave these lands untapped if we can. Let's haste the Titan first. Haste the Cultivator Colossus. Just float like 1 billion mana here. Oh, we even get to activate Oran Reef for value. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, yes. All right, let's pick up a Talari West. Float and pick up a Growth Chamber. Pick up the Hanweir, I suppose. Should be fine. And we'll pick up, I guess just the Saga. I don't know. I don't care. We go Azusa to Hanweir Titan. I think they're dead. If I had to guess, I think they're dead. Okay. Oh, I guess Overlord is an enchantment, so we can force a Vigorate. So that's kind of interesting. I don't know that that's a good reason to bring in Force. Why can I not go to sideboarding? There we go. Very nice. Magic Online, very nice. I don't even know what's good against this deck. Guess messing with their thing that gets back stuff in the graveyard ain't bad. It's like Endurance and Bog, maybe? Or Keen-Eyed Curator seems good. I guess I'm bringing in Endurance too. I don't see why not. Actually, Endurance doesn't even seem like it does much. I don't think I care about the Ketramose stuff that much. I guess Bobble is good at countering Ephemerates and otherwise just cycles. Probably better than a random Grazer. Honestly, Nantuko's probably not good in this matchup, so probably should be trimming that. And I guess we keep 1 Endurance. Is Dismember any good? I don't think so. We can Dismember Overlord after they flicker it into play. Or Dismember an Ephemerate target. I don't know that I care much for Dismember. I guess Defense Grid stops them from Solituding or Ephemerating efficiently during our turn. Maybe 1 Defense Grid is better than the last Grazer. I'm not even convinced that Endurance is that good. Hopefully we're not going to miss the 1 Grazer that we could Zenith for, but I think it'll be okay. Oh, we should bring in Boseiju. Oh well. Because Boseiju does in fact hit Overlord. Which I don't know if that matters or not, but I guess we'll find out. We got a turn 1 Amulet hand, which we will keep. If our opponent Thought Seizes us, it's bad, but it's okay. I guess if they Prismatic Ending our Amulet, it's also bad, but we'll keep. Thank you. It's good to see you in the chat. Here's the Thought Seize. Yep. Ah, they can't take our Amulet with this. They can't take the Dryad, though. I guess with that being the case, I'll just sandbag the Amulet so they can't Prismatic Ending it. Bad against specifically Thoughtseize, but they probably would have led on Thoughtseize first, I think. We don't need to show them we have Talari West in our hand necessarily either. So I guess we just go Oran Reef Pass. And if we draw a second Amulet, we can just play both of them this upcoming turn, and then set up for Titan 3rd turn. Are they passing back to me without playing a land? Okay. Green Sun's Zenith. Okay. Well, I guess that means that next turn we could play Simic and Zenith for Dryad if our Amulet stays in play. Or otherwise Zenith for Curator if we want to try to control what Ketramose is doing. So I guess that means that we do want to play our Amulet this turn. Or second Amulet would let us Zenith for Azusa and potentially pack for Titan and cast it. That's really bad against like everything, but technically we could do it. I assume they have to have Solitude Ephemerate for them to be keeping a 1-lander like this. Or they have the Prismatic Ending also. Okay. Might hold on to this Zenith for Dryad even. Mycosynth. Alright, I guess we're just gonna wait for Zenith for Dryad. And we could even be more patient than that and just keep waiting until we can just cast a threat. Suspend Overlord. They milled a Felia that they can get back. You can see the deck in the description of the YouTube video. I don't have a deck command set up for whatever reason. It's like hard to do on YouTube. I can also just post it in the chat here. Though I don't know if you can even copy that. Okay, now we have a backup threat, so I'm definitely just Zenithing Dryad into play. I guess this lets them Solitude the Dryad and then get the Solitude back with Overlord, but enters or attacks. Okay, so they would have to ephemerate the dude here. Yeah, we're just getting the... Oh, it could go Azusa, actually. Azusa guarantees that we get to... I mean, we're going to play Titan either way. Let's just get Dryad and play Bounce Land so we can have guaranteed untapped land for Titan. I guess we just pick up the T-West. They do have Solitude. Exiling Flage. See if they can flicker this Overlord into play. We know they will be able to soon with the Felia. Does that mean we shouldn't be playing Titan? I doubt it. Relic? Which they pop? Okay, that's fine. Ooh, Saga's a great pickup. I was actually thinking about tightening for double Saga. All right, well, we are just going to jam Titan here. Oh, bang. Into play. What do we even get? We can get double Bounce Land and just try to pact for Colossus to refill our hand, which really wouldn't be awful. That is, unless they take our Summoner's Pact from our hand, which they could if they had Thoughtseize. So probably another Saga. Well, I guess if they Thoughtseize us, we can transmute T-West for a backup. Maybe, honestly, we can just transmute T-West this upcoming turn if they take our pact and then just make double Saga tokens. So it's probably okay to get at least one Saga. And then I guess maybe Valakut isn't crazy, or Mirror Pool. I guess it doesn't really matter. I'm going to set up Valakut, I think, to make naturally drawn Dryads or Zeniths a better draw. We even have Fetch Land to get extra triggers from the Valakut. I assume they have to be able to get rid of our Titan here, right? Wrath of the Skies to get rid of our Saga. You got it. That's fine. There's the Solitude. Okay. Could just be packing for another Titan here. Or we could draw an Amulet to make it really easy. I guess Amulet would be really bad if they had another Solitude, though. 5, 6, 7. Colossus only draws us 2 cards right now, so it's probably just another Titan. If we play land, we'd be 1 land drop short of hasting. We're definitely pacting. Yes. And I guess it is just Titan. And we can even set up a Valakut, Vesuva Valakut, so we can guarantee that we get 3 Valakut triggers. That would be more useful if they were at a lower life total. We're a little short of being able to besage their Overlord, because if they were to flicker it and get the Solitude back, that would be kind of annoying. But we can't quite do that. If they have another Wrath of Skies, then double Saga is pretty bad. So maybe like Valakut, Mirror Pool even isn't bad. We don't have a way to act. Oh, I guess we can tap for a colorless with the Mycosynth to activate Mirror Pool. Mirror Pool doesn't also do much either, though. Probably Saga Valakut or Valakut Bounce Land. Valakut Bounce Land sets us up, or even just double Bounce Land sets us up to go for Colossus. So we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have to pay for Pact. We'd have 7, 8 with the 2 lands we put into play. Pay for Pact, have 4 left over. So we could go for Colossus 2 turns from now, which doesn't seem awful. Probably a Simic is a good pick, and honestly, maybe it's just double Simic and setting up for this Colossus turn. I think it's just going to be double Bounce Land at this point. I guess unless they have Blood Moon here, which we can play around by playing our Windswept Heath. So we'll pick up the, I guess Mycosynth and Oran Reef. Play Windswept Heath to play around Blood Moon, pass back. And they passed us. All right, so let's pay our taxes here. All right, see if we get to attack. We do. Wonderful. All right, now we can set up, I guess, Mirror Pool and Urza Saga. Valakut's probably more important than Urza Saga at this point. We're not going to transmute T-West this turn because then they could just discard the Summoner's Pact out of our hand. And I guess we just play Oran Reef. Sure. Even if they just Blood Moon us right now, we still have a Titan in play. Okay, so it becomes a creature, but it doesn't re-enter. Oh, they're making another Overlord. Okay, so this lets them get rid of our Titan, but it does not stop them from dying to Dryad Valakut, I suppose. They get back Solitude, and we have a fetch land to guarantee that they do not survive to Dryad Valakut. So I don't know if they have any other 0 mana interaction. They could have double Solitude, I suppose. Okay, here's the Solitude they picked up. They'd have to have Solitude and another white card. Let's see what we draw. Right. I mean, it's pretty hard not to just go for Colossus here, right? If they attack, they get to bring back the Solitude. But we just draw so many cards if we go for Colossus. We're definitely getting Summoner's Pact either way. Colossus plays around second Solitude, whereas the Dryad does not. So I think we're supposed to go for Colossus. And we just won the match. Cool. All right, last match. I appreciate the enthusiasm in the chat. All right, we have a turn 1 Amulet hand and a turn 2 Dryad. I mean, we never mulligan these. Don't be blue-black again, please. Spare me. Don't be blue-black again. No! Why us? We've done nothing wrong. All right, I would accept a Saga off the top in recompense for having played against blue-black twice and being on the draw all 5 matches. I just realized. All 5 matches on the draw? Really? Really? All right, we're gonna put this Grazer into play. And I guess we're gonna put in Gruul Turf to try to sneak this Dryad out. I mean, they're gonna be able to counterspell it, but I feel like we kind of need to force them to do that. It's unlikely we draw another Amulet. We could draw another Saga, but that'll be slow enough that it doesn't make sense not to play our lands out. So pick up that one. Here we go. Ugh, blue freaking black, man. This is not fair. Simply unfair. Another bounce land would not be a bad draw. Ufrogue. Okay. That was not another bounce land. I guess there could have been some consideration for trying to hold on to the Gruul Turf in case we were to find another way to get Amulet so we could go infinite with our bounce land and Nantuko combo. But if they want to get through this Grazer, they're going to have to pitch 2 cards just to kill the Grazer. If we block with the Dryad, just pitching 1 card lets the Frog survive. Pitching 3 cards would kill the Dryad. Molten Collapse. Our Dryad has collapsed. Okay, that could have hit Dryad and Amulet, so I'm very glad it didn't. They don't even bother to attack with the Frog. Interesting. Okay, well, I guess we're just playing Forest and passing. Very sad. Untap land lets us start slamming Titans. They're playing Grixis, by the way, which is much cooler than just playing against blue-black. Urza's Saga would be the perfect top deck right now. Please and thank you, Urza's Saga. I wonder if they're playing Oculus. Do they want to pitch 2 cards just to get through the Arboreal Grazer? That is a question. Summoner's Pact looking absolutely horrendous, by the way. Just not a good card. Please tap out, opponent. Please and thank you, tap out. And then we'll just spike that untap land off the top. Never did not have it. They go to bottom on the Preordain. Are they gonna attack with the Frog? They don't. Okay. Oh, no! I mean, I guess it is an untapped land. I really didn't specify, so that's kind of on me. That's just hilarious, to be honest. That is just straight up funny. Do not Bowmaster me, opponent. You would never do something so heinous. You would never do it. Expressive Iteration. Okay. It would be interesting if we get to untap with Dryad Arbor. The land that gets lightning bolted. Ugh. They have exiled a Flooded Strand and played it. That's a free land. Yes, indeed. That is a free land. I'll take a free land, actually. Just put one right in play. How many counterspells do we think they have? How many counterspells do you have? Death's Shadow? Oh my gosh. Death's Shadow. Okay. Nantuko. Well, here's a Titan. Please let it resolve. Thank you. I asked nicely, though. I did ask nicely. Did I not, chat? The Frug is attacking, and I will block it. I know, right? People are playing Death Shadow still. Another Frug. Uh-huh. Well, I guess we're just jamming Titan again. Don't think there's reason to do anything else. I guess we don't have to show them the Hanweir either. We may want to block with our Dryad Arbor, though. Is there a chance we're actually hasting this Titan? Because it would not actually make our opponent lose the game if we did. So I guess we should just go Hanweir, just cast Titan. And it resolves. Okay. Step 1. What do we even set up here is the question. Valakuts to set up Dryad is not bad. Sagas to get to a Amulet in a couple turns is slow. These frogs are never doing anything. Well, I guess they could connect with one frog if they want to fly both of them, just to draw the extra card. We could do, see, like, Valakut fetchland doesn't do much. It's probably just double Saga, I suppose. I think it's double Saga. No blocks. Blocks, no attack. No attacks. I guess we could potentially trade Titan for Death Shadow. I'm not really opposed to that at all. It's bad if they have, like, Street Wraith or something. And if they play Fetchland or Shockland right now, obviously we can't do that, but they fly one of the frogs. They do Shock, okay. We're chumping the Shadow with our Arbor, almost definitively. They do fly the second frog. We got flying frogs, everybody. They are flying all over the place. Well, let's block one of them at least. Reach. Oh, they're trying to kill this Grazer, I guess. Sure. Discarding Spell Center. Force of Negation. Both of those cards actually mattered. They didn't know it, but both of those cards did matter. That just seems wrong. I don't know why they would do that just to kill the Grazer. Molten Collapse. 0 cards. Okay. Okay. Well, now we get to maybe Titan Nantuko and make a copy. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana. We have exactly enough to Titan and copy it, if I'm not mistaken. We can chump with a copy, and if they kill our original Titan, then it's bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They're at 5, actually. We just get to haste Titan and kill them, right? No, wait. They have a blocker. Interesting. We can also potentially Springheart Nantuko our Dryad Arbor and just make a bunch of Arbors to chump block their shadows and frogs. Or we can just use Saga tokens. I mean, we definitely want to get Titan in play this turn, I think. So we have, if we don't want to attack with the Arbor, we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. So we can pack for Titan, play Titan, get Vestige land that gives us 4 mana, we can bestow Spring Heart. Oh, you don't even need to get Vestige because we can use the Vestige to float a mana and trigger Spring Heart. So we have 9 mana down to 3, play Titan, trigger, get 2 lands. Play land, bestow, play Vestige, stack the triggers right so we can make a copy of Titan, so we can get whatever lands we want. And we still get to block the shadow with the Dryad. We're taking, let's see, 4 damage in the air. They get to draw 2 cards. They could kill both Titans, I suppose. If they, in the 3 cards, have 2 cards that kill Titan, like another 2 like Molten Collapses or something, then it's bad, but I think this is the right line. 5, 6, will pact. Did I miscount? 6, 2 mana. We do have to get 1 Crumbling Vestige to take this line, which is fine. And we also have to make sure we stack our triggers correctly. So we go for Titan, play Titan, get Vestige, land, bestow Spring Heart, play land, make a copy. And I think our land should be Tolaria West in case they can kill both Titans somehow. So Tolaria West, second Vestige should be fine. And then we can also set up bounce land here once we make our copy of Titan. So we go green, bestow on Titan, play Vestige, put the Nantuko first and then the Vestige, and then say yes to this. Make a Titan, yes. And now we get bounce land for sure. We have Mycosynth to filter. So probably just bounce land. Oh, we also get tokens to chump block because the Spring Heart's going to make some 1/1s if we can't pay. So I guess we get bounce land, Valcut? Or Miracle would have been fine too. Okay, we're going to not pay, make a 1/1, not pay, make a 1/1, and pick up, I guess just bounce land since we're getting a bunch of amulets next turn. I don't know how our opponent could possibly get out of this. They are flying their frogs, of course, and we cannot block. We got to use the Nantuko, finally! And they play land, so I think they're just dead. It's like no possible way to come back dead. Dress down on instep, which is still lethal for us. Yep. Alright. What's up, scrub? This is probably a difficult matchup. We want actually, do we even want defense grids? They have counter spells, but that's about it. Dismember is not good against their frogs and shadows if they just grow out of range. What a comeback from the Thoughtseize. Good point. Can exile their graveyard for Murktides and or flying frogs. Endurance is probably good no matter what. Probably. It does also block the frogs. Curator is probably not awful. Probably better than, I mean, actually Grazer does chump block and it blocks flying frogs, so Grazer's not horrible. I don't know if Curator's any good here either. I'm not sold on Curator. Colossus is bad, especially into dress downs. Summoner's Pact is pretty meh, but I don't want to trim too heavily. You can trim do we even trim Grazer against Frog? All they have to do is pitch 2 cards and they can start getting through the Grazer. I don't even know what's actually good against them, to be honest. And Tuco, despite the fact that it just looked really sick, is probably not good against them. Let's see. What would be better? I guess Beseiju for dress down, maybe. Or just the Curator. Curator blocking frogs if they can't fly them is great, and it also eats their graveyard so they can't attack into the Curator. I'll just do this. An interesting hand, to be sure. We get to go turn 1 Saga. We can Grazer in a land on turn 2 if they don't Thoughtseize the Grazer out of our hand to be able to get a Saga token. And Mycosynth is letting us set up for double Amulet with our Titan. And I guess we're supposed to keep it. It's not amazing, but it works. There's the Thoughtseize. They have to probably take Titan, I would assume. It almost never makes sense to take Grazer here. Yeah, if we draw a green source, we can Grazer and Saga and get value. We don't. We could even delay the Saga by a turn. We could just play Mycosynth Pass, which I don't really hate, since now we're waiting to draw a threat anyways. Let's hope they don't Alpine Moon us. Frog. They do have the Frog. Well, Grazer will block it at least once. And we get rewarded for holding our Saga here, because, well, I mean, we would have been able to Vesuva anyways, but the Vesuva is just a good pickup. Now we play our Grazer and put in this Vesuva, so we can... Oh, this is going to be really bad if they Alpine Moon us. I'm going to risk it. What's the chance? They probably have like 2 Alpine Moons. What's the chance they even have Alpine Moon? Come on now. Of course they don't have that card. I would like to block. Trade my Grazer for 2 cards from their hand. Grazer was ramp a land, your opponent discards 2 cards. I am okay with that exchange. Another Frog. Okay. Alright, we need to draw threat here. That would be wonderful. I don't know who plays Alpine Moon, but it is the only card that really punished us for having double Saga, so... Are we supposed to chump block the Frog? I mean, let's pretend like we're going to, so that if they want to remove our token, they have no choice but to do it now. It might be better to just wait, though, since we don't have much going on. If we get Amulet Map, If we float both, get Amulet Map, copy Amulet twice, play Simic, we could transmute and play a 3-drop. Oh no, and we have to actually pay for the map. So there's almost no way that we can get anything going. I guess if we drew a Dryad, Splunking, or Grazer, we could do something this upcoming turn. Otherwise, making another token and getting 2 things makes it so they have to pitch more into their frogs. Basically, would I rather have the token or them have an extra card? I think I'd rather have the token, as weird as it is, for now. That could be very wrong. Do not. Okay, I thought for a second that they were playing Alpine Moon because of the red floating. I was like, you would never do that. It sent fear down my spine. I felt it in my soul. Thoughtseize. Sure. Do we see a Thoughtseize? We do see a Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize is swing and a miss. Now they don't have Counterspell up. If we draw Titan, we just get to play it and win. So that's cool. Keen-Eyed Curator. Close. That's pretty close. Actually, it does let us exile their, whole graveyard. Okay, not their whole graveyard. It lets us stop them from flying one of the 2 frogs. Let's see. We make a thing, get double Amulet. Play Bounce Land. We can Curator, eat 1, 2, 3 things from the yard. I think that's the only thing we got going here. Let me do some math again. So we get Amulet, Map, and float 2 mana. We copy 1. Oh, we already have Bounce Land. So we copy both. Bounce Land up to 6 mana. Crack down to 4. For T-West, Transmute, only have 1 up. Doesn't really do much. So guess we're just doing this. Make another thing. We can even copy Map, actually, with one of our Mycosynths. Definitely getting a Map. Getting Amulet. And we can't Curator. I mean, we can play Curator here. Or we can crack Map. Guess we go Hanweir, crack Map. Next turn we can copy Amulet. Although if we don't copy Amulet now, they could kill it with a Mind Collapse and really put a stop to our plans. So I think we're supposed to go Hanweir, copy Amulet, pass. We can't attack for 5 here, which is probably correct, because if they have, unless they have multiple Death Shadows, then it forces them to think about leaving frogs back to block. I guess they could Dismember or something as well, or Fatal Push. They're down to 6. Well, now we're not going to be able to block either frog. I'm still going to attack and put them to 1, though. Now these tokens are lethal threats, so the extra token might matter more than the card. Who knows? Hard to tell. If we draw a Titan, we can just copy Amulet, play Bounce Land, and just go off. They're flying frog. At least 1 frog. If they attack with this frog, though, they're going to have to produce... If they attack with these frogs, they're going to have to produce blockers with constructs. I guess they have Dress down here, maybe? They could have all the cards in the world. As long as we can produce enough threats on board plus in hand, we get to do something. Shadow, okay. Dryad is interesting. So we copy, play Bounce Land, play Dryad, leaving 3 floating, play Bounce Land again. That gives us 9 mana. We can transmute, or we can crack Map down to 7 mana, transmute down to 4, pack for something that costs up to 4. Oh wait, can we Nantuko combo them right now? I think I sided out the Nantuko. We would have been very close though. I think we could have comboed them right now if we had not sided out the Nantuko. I don't know that we're supposed to attack our constructs in the shadow either. Interesting. So I guess we are supposed to copy the Amulet with the Mycosynth, play Bounce Land, Dryad, leaving a bunch of green floating, play Mycosynth and eat their last card so they can't fly the frogs. That produces the most number of creatures. I guess we don't even have to copy with the Mycosynth this turn necessarily. It probably is the best use of our turn though. I guess it's really bad if they Mind Collapse our Expedition map though. I think we have to risk it though, and we can still draw any threat if they do that. Alright, let's play our, I guess, Rot Farm. Oh wait, we can crack Map this turn with our mana if we want to. I think we just keep the Bounce Land in hand here. Leave the, or rather, leave the Hanweir in play, so we can crack Map this turn. Oh, I guess they can counter our Dryad if they want. Dress down. It does kill our construct. We did anticipate that they would have this as well. Okay, this does prevent us from playing our extra land, which is annoying. So I guess we need to crack the map now to play around Mind Collapse and just forget the Keen-Eyed Curator. If they kill our Dryad, then we just lose, though. They're more likely to have any removal spell for Dryad than they are to have specifically Mind Collapse on the map. I think we can't worry about that anymore. Let's play the Curator. I can't use the mana, sadly. So double removal spell kills us. I mean, it's just one big combo deck. I don't know if it has any number of specific combos necessarily. Technically, Nantuko plus Dryad, or Nantuko plus Grazer, or Nantuko plus Titan are the only literal combos. Just 2 card. As long as you have a Bounce Land and an Amulet, you get to make infinite creatures. Those are specific combos, but all the rest of it is basically just synergies, more or less. I was going to say just the Shadow coming in would be surprising. I guess we'd rather keep the Dryad for more mana. They have 6 cards in hand, so we could take 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 down to 2, which is fine. Also, now they have to play a blocker, or our Dryad by itself is lethal. So there's that. Obviously, we can't block any of the creatures with our Dryad because they just discard a couple cards and kill the Dryad too. Well, if you want to learn this deck, then my channel is a good resource. If I say so myself. They're discarding Consign and Counterspell for reasons that I don't necessarily understand, but that's okay. MTGO is probably a little harder to practice this deck than in paper because it's like technically difficult. You have to stack all the triggers correct. Like, if you wanted to proxy it up and test it with friends or goldfish it just on your own, then that's probably easier than trying to use MTGO to learn it. I appreciate that. They did have Mind Collapse. Another Dryad, huh? Well, they probably have Counterspell here. I can only assume. They're at 1. Exactly 1 point of life. I guess technically, if Dryad resolves, then hasting it is lethal. Not that we really have the ability. We can make 7 mana here, so I play Dryad, leave 3. We can map for something. On 7 mana, we can map down to 5, get hacked, get T-West, transmute T-West down to 2 mana, get packed, and packed for 2, a packed with 2 mana left, so we could get like a Grazer and play Grazer plus Dryad. That doesn't actually do us any good. Interesting. If our Dryad resolves, we get to play Bounce Land afterwards, though. Well, I guess we just have to hope that our Dryad resolves. And they discarded a Counterspell, so they probably have another one. Resolve, please, Dryad. Stern Scolding, Counterspell. All that stuff is bad for us. If they have to let the Dryad resolve and then we get to play land, maybe we have something. I would highly suggest goldfishing. If you've never played the deck at all, then goldfishing is the best way to learn it, for sure. Mostly playing the deck is learning how to not goldfish against opponents with various types of interaction. If the matchup requires no thought about interaction, then goldfishing will just allow you to win the game. Like, the nuance of the deck really comes into play, learning how to play against opponents. Dress down. Oh, wait. Oh, man, if we had a red floating, this wouldn't work. We can map for Boseiju, though. It doesn't really do much. If we map for Boseiju and Boseiju the dress down, we get an extra land play, but then we can't do anything. So we're just gonna have to chump. Yeah, I think we just lose to the dress down, too. That's okay. We got another game. Dude, where is my option to go to sideboard? It did this to me earlier, too. I'm confused. There we go. Oh, they had Force and Counterspell in hand, too. Nice. Oh, and Ragavan. We didn't know they play Ragavan. Ugh. Well, I guess Dismember can sometimes kill Frog, and it's good against Ragavan, and it can kill Small Shadows, maybe. I don't know if that makes it worth it, but Pact is kind of awkward against their interaction. Zenith seems still good. Grazer did a lot of work there, actually. Curator doesn't seem great, and the Endurances are honestly kind of slow. So I guess we just trim those. Boseiju is good against the dress downs. Oh, and now we know that they're playing a lot more instant speed interaction. The grids are good. The Bobble I don't care for, though. So let's get rid of a Forest for the Boseiju. Flunking's fine. Maybe just 2 Dismembers is okay. I don't want to draw too many of those. Honestly, maybe Dismember is still just a trap. It's probably just a trap. I guess we could keep Nantuko in case it is useful. I think it's generally not super useful, but... And Bog, I suppose. I think naturally just drawing Bog could be good. It would be on the play. Alright, we get to Grazer in Saga. But we can't start activating immediately. We're definitely keeping this. We're probably going to Grazer in Valakut and play Saga Spelunking. And just plan to make a couple tokens with the Saga. We'll have a Frog blocker and several more Chumpers coming in, plus a Amulet that will just already be in play. Can't Molten Collapse this one. Opponent is deciding whether they want to mulligan or not. All right. Definitely Grazering in Valakut here. Well, the analyst lists are the most complicated, but they are probably the most powerful. I just hate the card and hate having to click through everything on Magic Online, so I just don't like to play it. But if you're looking for uncomplicated, then Analyst is not exactly the list for you. Analyst is insanely complicated, so probably a no Analyst list would be easier. Like, the one I'm playing is pretty straightforward. There's like some tricks with Dryad that you need to know. You don't even have to play the Nantuko, to be honest, and it may not even be good, even in the context of this list. But honestly, I think that this list is pretty well suited to dealing with the complexity issue. If I was confident that they were not going to kill this Grazer, then I would just play Spelunking here. But I could play Azusa just to be able to block and trade with the Ragavan in the event that they kill the Grazer. And that's probably about the best that this Azusa is going to do until we find a bounce land. But man, if I just let them kill our Grazer and get in, though, that's pretty awful. If we find a bounce land, I play the Saga, so bounce land would not let us do anything here. Maybe it's better to play scared of the Ragavan and just play the Azusa out. I think that's what I'm going to do. We've got 2 Spelunkings anyways, and we got a little bit of time. In fact, we can start making chump blockers after this upcoming turn with Saga to make sure that Ragavan definitely never connect. Just blanking their card probably is a good idea. Analyst probably is a good thing to learn. It's just extremely complicated because there's like several different loops that you have to learn. Some of them are similar, you know. But like, honest to God, the reason I don't play Analyst is because of how complicated it is, and also because of how annoying it is to play on Magic Online. So I don't even play the card because it's complicated. And I've been playing this deck for a while, so Frog. Sure. Alright, so if we Spelunking into a land, then we can activate Saga. If we don't, then we don't get the blocker. I think I'd rather try to find the land drop, though, and resolve the Spelunking now. Oh, wait, no, we have to find a bounce land specifically. Alright, I guess I'm making the tokens. It's fine. Just gum up the ground. Yeah, it's tough. Like, I've never once been at risk of timing out, and with Analyst, I was constantly at risk of timing out. There's probably faster ways to do things, and I would get comfortable with it eventually, but honestly, I just hate the card. I actually just hate the card. Dismember. Certainly. I'm definitely willing to trade a construct for this Ragavan. Yep, clickety click, 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 click. I just do not value spending my time that way. Get this Ragavan out of play before our construct just dies to a stupid dress down anyways. I guess they can discard 2 cards to get through the Grazer if they really want to. Maybe they forgot that we can make a token here. The lag. They are discarding Molten Collapse and what else? Thoughtseize. Okay, well, Thoughtseize would have been good, but still wouldn't have been doing too much here, so a Shadow. That's good. Saga. I guess we get Amulet, and then we can find... Actually, we don't even need Amulet. Maybe we just get Map, so we can map for Bounce Land. Get Float, get Map for Bounce Land, play land, Spelunking, put in Bounce Land. It still doesn't do too much. We can make a token, get Map, play land, and crack Map for Bounce Land, and then next turn, try to play Spelunking into Bounce Land. They only have 1 card. They're about to be up to 2 and then 3 cards when they connect with the Frog, presumably. And 3 cards, they could probably find a way to answer our Titan, even if we were able to play it this upcoming turn, so it's probably best to prioritize getting the Trump blocker, I'd assume. It's not obvious, though. We could Spelunking into Bounce Land right this very instant, potentially, and get there. Alright, I think I don't care about the token much. I think we are required to get Map, though. We'll go Spelunking, see what we can find. Vesuva, put in the Saga. This lets us Vesuva our Saga, which ain't bad. We can then play another Spelunking, I suppose. Haha, we managed to spike the land. Alright, next turn we can crack Map and go about our day with Titan things, assuming they don't Thoughtseize us. But this also lets us make a couple tokens to continue to try to gum up the ground. This Psychic Frog is now definitely a problem. I don't know if I need to make a token there or not. Opponent's on 5 minutes left on the clock. And 3 cards. Potentially, Dryad could be good. Oh, they're tapping out for iteration? Really? That's wild. That was very bold. I feel like they didn't have to do that. They probably have a force or a subtlety. Although, the fact that they tanked so hard on whether or not they should cast iteration maybe makes me think that they're bluffing. Exiled Break the Ice. They didn't even get 2 cards out of it. And now we don't even have to crack Map for the Bounce Land, so interesting. So Bounce Land, Titan leaves 2 floating, which is not enough to activate Saga. Actually, let's Summoner's Pact first, I suppose, and see what they do. We can even, actually, we can get Dryad here. It just resolves. So we get Dryad, and we can still activate Saga, presumably. Actually, let's leave the Mirror Pool untapped, I suppose. All right, it just works. Oh, yes, we went to untapped. And let's kill the Death Shadow. Oh, it just works. All right, well, I feel pretty good about this then. We can map for Vesuva. Oh no, Vesuva's already in play. We can map for second Valakut, potentially? No, but we just want to map for Talari West, I think. So, yes. I guess we just send this at them. Oh, we could have killed their Frog if we made a copy of Dryad with Mirror Pool. Guess we don't need to do that, though. Let's see, let's make a construct here, and then pick up the Vesuva to save it from non-existing, and then we can just make a token or crack Map depending on what we want to do. They're in a little rougher shape now. You do have to pay for pack. This Frog is still doing a lot of work for them, though. Maybe we could have mapped for Bog to exile their graveyard. We probably still would not have blocked, though. Well, we currently have lethal already, according to Ragavan. Okay, just to get the extra damage in now, I guess. Because we can go Vesuva copy Bounce Land, then Vesuva Valakut, and that's exactly lethal Valakut triggers. How much mana does that give us, though? Oh, we also can just attack for lethal as well, so discarding Counterspell, discarding Consign. All right, we'll take 6. Do they have any outs here? I guess they need Dress Down specifically. Dress Down is, like, the best thing they could have, because they're dead on board in, like, multiple different ways. They can't kill the Dryad, because they have to kill both Conscious. They have to have Dress Down, which won't stop the Valakut triggers, actually, anyways, but it will stop us from getting an extra land. So they need to Dress Down, I guess, during our turn, and not on their instep. Like, in response to the Valakut triggers, they should be casting Dress Down. If they have it, because then we can make a token on our... Oh, no, wait, it doesn't matter. We can't make a token on our instep. So they do have the Dress Down, sure. Well, that is a little unfortunate. Can we set up lethal with a fetch land by any chance? All right, we'll just untap. I'm not using Mirror Pool, I don't think. Tap like this, I suppose. Actually, no. Tap the Simic. this should be okay. Oh, I should have tapped the Saga. What am I doing? Zenith. Okay, that's a good one. Let's go search for our Amulet. And Zenith for up to 4 here. Still get our Valakut trigger as well. Oh, we could have copied the Valakut and had lethal by attacking with the Dryad. That would have been the right play. Well, now we can still Zenith for a ramp spell, and it'd be okay. We'll just Zenith for, like, a lot. Well, yeah, we'll just Zenith for a lot. They could have Force, I suppose, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, another Dryad is equally lethal, so... Oh, wait, we don't get the extra land drop. Well, never mind, it's not equally lethal. I managed to throw away this game somehow. I had to Vasuva the Valakut instead. Grazer also would have chump blocked the frog. Okay, well, we should have won this game, but that's okay. That's a shame. I should have stopped and thunk for a second. I should have thunk. That's okay. Well, it was still fun to play regardless. I apologize for punting the last game, but other than that, it was a pretty solid league. I mean, I don't really have much thoughts on the list because it's been months since I played, and this is my first time playing with Greens and Zenith, and it seems very good for the deck. So, obviously, you should probably be playing Analyst, and I just refuse to do that at the moment, and I don't know what else to say. So, thank you guys for joining me for the league, and I'll see you guys next time I'm able to actually record one. But, yeah, I'm going to call it for this video. This is Red Face Menace, signing off.